everyone. We would like to welcome you once again to another Laurel Highlands football game tonight from the Atlantic Broadband Cable in cooperation with the South Union Township Supervisors. We present the South Union Township Sports Network. Tonight via tape delay from the Mustang Field here on the campus at Laurel Highlands. The Mustangs will host the Thomas Jefferson Jaguars. This is Gary Frankhauser along with Rick Frank and Jerry Dupay. We welcome you aboard for tonight's WPIAL Quad A football game. The South Union Township Sports Network coverage is brought to you as a joint cooperative venture featuring Township Supervisors Bob Schiffbauer, Rick Vernon, and Jason Scott, Atlantic Broadband Cable, Armstrong Cable, and CUTV with Gary Smith. Once again, Gary Frankhauser with Rick Frank alongside Jerry Dupay on the camera. We'll be back with the starting lineups for both teams after these messages. You're watching the South Union Township Sports Network.
Centers for Rehab Services, CRS, a part of UPMC and the Center for Sports Medicine, is a proud sponsor of the South Union Township Sports Network and its coverage of area youth sports. Make Centers for Rehab Services your choice for all of your physical and occupational therapy needs. CRS, located at 160 Wayland Smith Drive, provides physical therapy, occupational therapy, work injury programs, and hand therapy. Valuing patient satisfaction is one of their highest priorities. Centers for Rehab Services offers a patient-centered environment where each patient has an individualized treatment plan developed for their specific needs. They are experts in helping you recover from injuries, increase strength, and build endurance. CRS professionals have become highly skilled through a strong commitment to continuing education and advanced certifications to ensure the most cutting-edge and cost-effective treatment for their patients. Jim Burns, a lifetime Uniontown area resident, is a licensed physical therapist and facility director of the Uniontown location, as well as a field faculty instructor for Duquesne University and for the University of Pittsburgh School of Physical Therapy. He invites you to stop by his state-of-the-art location and discuss your rehabilitation needs. Center for Rehab Services is participating with most insurance plans, including all Highmark products, UPMC Health Plan, and Medicare. Available 5 days a week and offering extended hours for patient convenience. Patients are seen within 24 to 48 hours, and walk-ins are always welcome. Patients may also be seen through direct access, which does not require a physician's prescription. CRS worked with physicians and other healthcare providers to help you find relief, live your life again, and get you back into the game. For more information, call CRS at 724-437-7500. Where you treat for physical therapy is always your choice, so ask for Centers for Rehab Services. It's your health, it's your choice.
You're going to have to end up moving when them people come. So
welcome back to Mustang Field. Here are your starters on offense for the visiting Thomas Jefferson Jaguars. At left tackle, number 79, Devin Danielson, a 6'3", 295-pound senior. At left guard, number 67, Logan Burnsworth, a 6'3", 225-pound senior. At center, number 63, Dominic Serapiglia, a 6'1", 275-pound junior. At right guard, number 54, Logan Danielson, a 6'1", 240-pound sophomore. At right tackle, number 72, Mac Duda, 6'4", 255-pound sophomore. And the tight end, number 7, Noah Palmer, a 6'4", 225-pound senior. In the backfield, you'll see tailback number 5, Justin Vigna, a 5'9", 170-pound senior. The fullback, number 20, Sean Bell, a 5'11", 185-pound senior. The wideouts, number 12, Garrett Fairman, 6'3", 185-pound senior. And the other wideout, number 18, Nick Urbanowitz, a 6'3", 205-pound senior. Those are your starters. We'll be back with the starters for Laurel Highlands right after this on the South Union Township Sports Network.
Smith, Lewis & Chess, Financial Services in Uniontown, would like to wish the Laurel Highlands football team and their coaches good luck this football season.
The Fayette Furnace Company, established in 1920 with over 100 years of combined experience in the industry. They are employee-owned and operated. They take pride in solving your home heating and air conditioning needs. They are the area's oldest and most reliable HVAC contractor. They specialize in creating quality energy-saving comfort for your home by using the most advanced technology in the industry. Along with the Carrier Corporation, Fayette Furnace can put together a system to improve your comfort, save you money on energy consumption, and improve any deficiencies in your existing system. They specialize in green speed inverter technology and split systems, ductless split units, zoning, radiant heat, boilers, hot water tanks, tankless water heaters, and many more applications. Call the Fayette Furnace Company today at 724-438-5400. That's 724-438-5400. Ask for Mike to schedule a free consultation.
To move the vehicle, we move the other one. So
here we go with your offensive starters for the Mustangs. At left tackle, number 55, Jonathan Lighty, a 6', 215-pound senior. At left guard, number 74, Joey Conley, a 6'1", 250-pound sophomore. At center, number 58, Will Kuznar, a 5'9", 230-pound senior. At right guard, number 59, Cody Christopher, a 5'11", 250-pound senior. At right tackle, number 77, Brandon Chury, a 6'1", 240-pound senior. The skill position, one of the wideouts, number 10, Ryan Richter, 5'11", 200-pound senior. At wing, number 1, Jacob McClusack, a 5'7", 170-pound senior. At fullback, number 45, Chad Petrus, a 5'11", 175-pound senior. The quarterback is number 6. That is Connor Basinger. He's a junior, 6'1", 175 pounds. Also, number 2, Ian Edenfield will be in there also at tight end. He's a 6'4", 230-pound senior. And at wing, number 12, Ryan Fike, a 5'7", 155-pound senior. And another wideout, number 30, Jacob Dukeman, a 6'3", 195-pound senior. Mustangs will substitute freely on offense, so we'll see many others, but those are our primary starters, and we'll be back with the coin toss and the opening kick after this on the South Union Township Sports Network.
do we have the EMTs or
Every person who's been injured, when they come in, has an expectation that their case is important, and it is to us. We take these cases very seriously.
So that experience that we have is unique also because we have experience in these communities, in Uniontown, in Washington, in Waynesburg, in these court systems.
You don't have to go to Pittsburgh to be represented by attorneys who don't know their way around your community.
Davis & Davis, attorneys at law.
Welcome back to Mustang Field. We're just about ready for the meeting at midfield for the coin toss. Captains for the Mustangs, number 1, Jacob McClusack. Number 45, Chad Petrus. Number 30, Jacob Dukeman. And number 59, Cody Christopher. Across the way for Thomas Jefferson, number 3, Jared Collington. Number 7, Noah Palmer. Number 12, that's Garrett Fairman. And number 79, that is Devin Danielson.
Jefferson is number 3, Jared Collington. Number 7, Noah Palmer. Number 12, Garrett Fairman.
It's a beautiful night for football, Gary.
Absolutely.
Very good conditions, about 60 degrees, no wind, and fast track.
Little nip in the air that's finally turning to fall here in southwestern Pennsylvania.
Number 50, Cody Christopher. And our honorary captain this evening is Randy Riggin.
Officiating crew out there. Frank D'Amico is the referee. Tom Trimber is the umpire. Bill Mahoney, the head linesman. Rico Davis, the line judge. Tim Lochran, the field judge. And Brian Bergman is the side judge. Getting the instructions from referee Frank D'Amico. Mustangs have won the toss and deferred to the second half, so the Mustangs will go on defense to start the first half and see if they can stop this high-powered Thomas Jefferson offense, Rick.
Yeah, as I said earlier, the Jaguars average about 50 points a game, and they give up less than 6 points a game, so the Mustangs have their hands full tonight. And they play a very balanced offensive attack. About 40% of their offense is passing, which most of the teams in the Big Nine, Mustangs don't see a lot of passing, successful passing.
So they'll have to make sure that they keep the Thomas Jefferson receivers in front of them, make the tackles, limit the gains as they are made, and catches, not allowing the extra yards after the catch. We're just about ready for
Ladies and gentlemen, we are
football
now ready
action.
to begin our football game. We want to welcome you to the campus of Laurel Highlands and welcome you to
Barry
Mustang
Rosner, our
Field.
PA announcer,
Again,
is
tonight the Mustangs of Laurel Highlands
announcing the
Thomas Jefferson Jaguars in a football game. But ladies and gentlemen, we ask everyone, before we start our game, everyone, if you would, to please rise. Again, asking everyone to please rise. Remove your hats. Players, we're asking you, if you would, to please remove your helmets.
Barry Rosner announcing a moment of silence for a former Thomas Jefferson.
Ladies and gentlemen, this past week, an alumni from Thomas Jefferson, Mr. Eric Holsworth, age 48, a graduate of Thomas Jefferson at 1987, a member of the Pitt football team and a graduate of 1992. He was also a classmate to Coach Bill Chirpak from Thomas Jefferson. This past week, he was with his family in St. Augustine, Florida. They were out in the water enjoying themselves. The wife on the beach watching him and his 2 kids enjoying themselves in the water, when all of a sudden a current came and took them underwater. He saved his 2 kids and got them out of the water, but unfortunately, Mr. Holsworth passed. Ladies and gentlemen, we ask, if you would, to please, right now, a moment of silence for Eric Holsworth. Thank you. And good luck to both teams.
Back in, ready for football action. A little sobering announcement. Tragic event for an alumnus of Thomas Jefferson, and anything like that really puts things in perspective, Rick.
Yeah, I had heard the story about that this morning. I was not aware that he was a teammate of Coach Turpak's, which makes it even heavier for a guy like him to try to carry on tonight.
So the Mustangs will be teeing it up. Doing the kicking for the Mustangs, Alec McClay. Setting up at about the 15-yard line, the deep receivers. And McClay with the run-up. He'll send it to the right side at about the 18-yard line. Taken there up the right side. Brought down at about the 29-yard line. Nice tackle there by Daniel Izzi. Number 3, Jared Collington on the return.
Daniel Izzi.
Izzi with the tackle. And the ball will be set up at the 30-yard line, 1st and 10 for the Jaguars.
He tried to fake Izzi out, and he did a good job of maintaining his lane, as you said. Gary, the coin toss, were you surprised that Coach just didn't take the ball first?
Well, I guess they are looking to see if they can establish something on the defensive side early. They've done that the last few games, and it's been successful. Right out comes to the air, and that'll be a 9-yard pickup.
Number 21, Jackson Conway.
To 21, Jackson Conway. Sophomore quarterback Shane Stump just takes 2 steps back. 10-yard pickup, 1st down for Thomas Jefferson. Really soft coverage out there on the right side by the Mustangs. Really no one near him as he went 10 yards down the field and turned around.
Yeah, the corner had some protection behind him. I'm surprised he didn't press a little
Look for the same thing coming the other way. Till they stop it. There he goes, straight back, same exact play, and that was out of the reach of number 12, and that was Garrett Fairman. A little bit different play there, coming down about 15 yards and breaking it to the outside. Incomplete to be 2nd down and 10.
Jacob
Dukeman on the coverage for the Mustangs, along with number 5, Elijah Gwynn on this side.
He was pretty wide open.
Just a little off target there that time by Stump.
Through him.
2nd and 10, Mustang defense trying to get off the field on the first possession by the Jaguars. Straight back again, and a little slant pattern has him this time straight up the field. Big gainer into Mustang territory at about the 31-yard line. That's Garrett Fairman, and again, soft coverage from the 40 to the Mustang 30. So that is a 30-yard pickup. I'm sorry, that ball was set at the 32-yard line, so a 28-yard pickup.
Fairman is
just a quick slant pattern, Rick.
Yeah, that was pretty easy to read. Fairman's their leading receiver, so I would look for Stump to go to him often.
Now they go to the ground up the middle. Carry this time by number 5, and that's Justin Vigna.
Justin Vigna, the ball carrier.
Off left tackle that time for about a 6-yard gain. 2nd and 4.
To the 26-yard line, it'll be a 2nd
Thomas
down
Jefferson
4.
quickly into Mustang territory now on their first possession, down to the 26-yard line.
Vigna is their leading rusher. He has over 1,000 yards, Gary, 8.3 yards a carry.
That's an impressive average. Stump up underneath center, tight end left, high backfield. Twin receivers out to the right. Off tackle again, and good feel this time by Petrus, but dragging tacklers inside the 30. Just could not get him down. Petrus hit him at the line of scrimmage.
His way down,
could not bring him down. Carry on the play that time. Again by number 5, Vigna. That's going to be a
Thomas Jefferson
4-yard pickup for the 1st down.
Stopped by the Mustangs, number 45.
I'm sorry, give him 7 yards on that play, Rick. Down to the 20.
Well, they had twin receivers out right, and the Mustangs had a feeling that they were going to do that quick pass to the bubble, or the quick slant to the right, but
Petrus read it well, just could not get him to the ground. Now here's the fake and going deep now, wide open in the corner. Touchdown, Thomas Jefferson. fake the quick slant and go to the flag pattern out there to number 12, Garrett Fairman. 20-yard pass and catch. So Thomas Jefferson takes their first possession and goes down the field 70 yards on the drive, culminating in a 20-yard touchdown pass by Shane Stump out in the corner to number 12, Garrett Fairman. 6-0 Thomas Jefferson at the 9:42 mark, on for the extra point.
And the extra point is number 80.
Number 80, Mashenko for the extra point. Kick is up, and it is good. So Thomas Jefferson takes the opening kickoff, goes 70 yards in 6 plays.
9:42 now left.
Finally with a pass from sophomore quarterback Shane Stump to the wide receiver senior Garrett Fairman. A 20-yard strike puts Thomas Jefferson on top, 7-0.
Many people unknowingly have chronic liver disease and discover it during routine blood testing. Possible causes include alcohol, hepatitis C, fatty liver, and iron overload. If left unchecked, this can lead to cirrhosis or severe liver scarring. Offer the latest testing and treatment for chronic liver disease. SWGI, specialists in digestive health.
Here we go, back for the kickoff. Kicker for Thomas Jefferson, A.J. Mashenko. Good on the extra point. So the Mustangs' decision to go on defense first kind of backfired there, Rick.
Yeah, I questioned that when I was very surprised that he did that. As powerful as their offense is, it was hard for me to believe that they deferred.
Short kick taken at about the 12-yard line. Tried to get out the left side, but rolled up there at about the 20-yard line. Return there by Fike.
Balls advance up to the 21-yard line where Laurel Highlands.
Tackled there by number 32 for Thomas Jefferson, Trevor Barrett. Mustangs will have their first opportunity on offense sitting at the 21-yard line. Might be a situation where the Mustangs have to answer the scoring by Thomas Jefferson, and that's going to be no easy task. As you said earlier on WMBS, Rick, the TJ defense is very stingy. This is Connor, though, with a run up to the left side, keeper for about a 6-yard gain. So Basinger off left side, number 9, Connor Basinger, picks up 5.
Quarterback keeper. Moves the ball to about the 26-yard line, getting a 5, and 2nd down and 5.
Good pickup on 1st down there by Connor Basinger. Fight comes to the near side, wide right, double wing formation, familiar for the Mustangs. Send McClusack in motion, comes back and resets. Connor now changing the play at the line.
Saw something.
From that pistol formation. It's going to hand off inside to Petrus, and he's going to have the 1st down and more. So Petrus on the quick hitter right off left guard goes out past the 35 to the 36-yard line. That's a
36-yard line. We stopped there by number 12.
Nice 10-yard run.
10-yard run for Chad Petrus. 1st and 10 Mustangs. So good adjustment there at the line by Basinger. Saw something that was a little loose there on the left side of the TJ defense.
They're doing the best thing that they can do right now, Gary, and that's to keep the TJ offense off the field.
Basinger now, handoff again to Petrus. No, this time it is a pitch out and a big gainer, so a good fake that time as McClusack takes a pitch from Connor Basinger. I thought for sure Petrus had that one. Way to carry out the fake as he just went right up the middle. And McClusack will come around the left side for an 11-yard pickup. 1st and 10 for the Mustangs.
This is a pleasant surprise to see, Gary.
The Mustangs using the speed. Breaking containment on that one. McClusack with a nice 11-yard pickup. Now pitch out to the right, student body right. And there's all kind of pursuit, but a nice cut up there by the runner for the Mustangs, and that was number 8,
from Laurel Highlands.
Dominic Richter, picking up about 3 yards on the carry. Looked like the Jaguars were going to have him for a loss, but he made a nice cut to gain that 3 yards.
Second down and 8.
Setting up second down and 7. Ball sitting at the 49-yard line.
It appears on this series, Gary, that the Mustangs have the Jaguars a little bit off balance.
Now, Petrus gets the fake and pitch it out again to McClusack, and he's hit hard at about the 48-yard line by number 18 for Thomas Jefferson. Nick Urbanowitz,
By number 18.
gain of about 5 on the play. That was McClusack on the pitch.
Down and about 4.
That was a tough 3
Third and
yards,
4.
Gary. 4 yards. Some
Big
nice
play.
blocking downfield there too, Gary.
Clock down to 7 minutes to go here in the first quarter. Mustangs' first possession. Thomas Jefferson scored on their first attempt. Now inside handoff to Petrus. He is not going to get the first down. Gain of about 2. Gets close to the 45-yard line. I think it'll be marked at about the 46. So that's going to bring up 4th down and 3. And the Mustangs will have to bring on the punt team. Do not want to give Thomas Jefferson this field position if they were unsuccessful on 4th down. So Dukeman will come in. Mustang punt team set up at the 46-yard line. Dukeman will kick it high towards the sideline, and that's going to be out of bounds and a very short punt. Tried to angle it to the sideline, but he is going to be all the way out to the 30. Wow, it's almost to the line of scrimmage. That's like a 6-yard punt, Rick.
Yeah, he tried to angle it. It just got a little bit more angle than he wanted.
The ball was at the 46, and Thomas Jefferson will take over at the 40. So no return, but only a 6-yard punt. So here comes the Thomas Jefferson offense again.
Gary, obviously they saw the tape from last week where Uniontown was able to move the ball in the air, and they struck several times, 4 times in the first series.
Stump calling the signals. Now's the screen out to the right side. Run up the middle. Looks like he slip and fall there by the receiver. And that was number 12 again, Garrett Fairman. He slipped at the 41-yard line. That's going to result in a 1-yard gain.
It's about a gain of a yard.
Now, was that backwards, Gary? Is that technically a run?
I believe it would be a run because it was a backward pass. You're right.
I'm sure that Jerry will have an excellent replay on that.
Stump now looking at 2nd and 9.
Defensive backs are playing way off the line, Gary.
There's the slant pattern again, and a nice catch. Good hands there by the Jaguar receiver.
He gets
that's Fairman again, and that's going to give him 13 yards and a first down. Inside Mustang territory again.
For Thomas Jefferson.
Fairman, a big target there for Stump. Fike and Dukeman on the tackle for the Mustangs, but inside Mustang territory again at the 47-yard line.
Yeah, Gary, Fairman is a 6'3" wide receiver. You just can't teach 6'3".
Got good hands. Off tackle right now. Ball on the ground. Let's see. Do the Mustangs pick it up? I don't believe so.
He fell on it.
Who has it? Who has it?
Cody Christopher was down there at the bottom of the pile.
They already called it 2nd down, so.
And Ian Edenfield was down on the bottom of the pile.
Fumbled by Vigna. He recovered his own fumble and results in no gain. 2nd and 10. So far, Thomas Jefferson has had big success on these 2nd and longs. Look for this slant pattern again. Stump goes straight back. Pressure now wide open out in the sideline for the Jaguars is number 11 this time. And that's Daniel
Pass is complete to
Diebner.
Daniel Diebner.
He just goes down about 20 yards, makes a outcut at the 25, makes the catch, takes it down to the 22.
Thomas Jefferson.
So another 17-yard pickup, Rick. 18.
That's what it looks like, 17.
First and 10 now at the 22-yard line.
Stump has 88 yards in the air so far, Gary, on 6 passes.
They're certainly not afraid to put the ball in the air with his sophomore quarterback. Now off left tackle, up the middle, and strong run that time. Again by number 5, Vigna.
His helmet come off.
Tackle by Fike. And that looks like another first down.
Number 5, Justin Vigna, again for TJ.
12-yard pickup for Vigna.
12, Ryan
Hey,
Fike.
his helmet
Right
come
at
off.
the-
He has to
To
come
the
out.
inside the 10-yard
Right
line.
at the 10-yard line, and that's going to be first and goal.
Vigna's hard to bring down, Gary, obviously, because of guys like Ian Enfield.
He hits it up
Have a
in
tough
there
time.
quickly, no doubt about that. Now here's the pass again, the fade pattern, out of the reach this time of the receiver. Out there, Fairman again. Just a fade pattern into the right corner.
Pass is incomplete.
Just a little long that time.
Maybe put a little extra air on it. If Stump had put a little extra air under it, it might have been a touchdown, but incomplete. Pretty good defense there out on the left
Gary,
corner.
the previous play, number 5's helmet come off. He should have been out. The previous play, number 5's helmet come off. And he's still in there.
Being told by Jerry Dupay that Vigna's helmet came off. He should have had to come out for the last play, but they didn't call it. Now here's a pitch out to left. Big blocking, trying to go to the corner, and he will get in for the touchdown. 10-yard run by the tailback for Thomas Jefferson. Justin Vigna
Into the end zone for the touchdown for Thomas
at the
Jefferson.
3:32 mark.
Justin Vigna.
Thomas Jefferson scores on their second possession, this time going 60 yards, putting it in on a 10-yard run by number 5, Justin Vigna, the 5'9", 170-pound senior. On for the extra point again will be number 80, A.J. Mashenko. Long count there on the extra point, and Mashenko kicks it up and through. So Thomas Jefferson extends their lead now to 14-0 over the Mustangs with 3:32 to go here in the first. We'll be back with the kick right after this. You're watching the South Union Township Sports Network.
Creditors calling you day and night? Your debt overwhelms you? Although you may feel that you're in a hopeless situation, Zebley, Mahalev & White can help. We're a full-service local bankruptcy firm that knows what a difficult time this is and what to do to help you get a fresh start. Call Zebley, Mahalev & White today for a free consultation. Your hometown bankruptcy firm. Call us today.
Don't borrow more money until you talk to Zebley, Mahalev & White.
Back deep for Laurel Highlands and number 8, Dominic Richter.
Dominic Richter deep for the Mustangs now as we come back with Thomas Jefferson jumping out to the 14-0 lead. Mashenko will be teeing it up for the Jaguars. Not what we were hoping for here early, Rick.
No, but,
Mustangs did move the ball in their first possession. That's a live ball. They got to get on it. Picked up there at about the 20 to the 25 and 27-yard line. Run back there by Ryan Fike.
The Mustangs are just going to have to look at it like there's nothing that they could do about those last 2 touchdowns. To them, the game starts now.
Absolutely. Just try to
Laurel Highlands begins first and 10.
Reestablish the offense again. They did, as I said, move the ball pretty effectively, stalling inside Thomas Jefferson territory. The short punt leading to good field position for Thomas Jefferson, but they pushed it right down the field again, 60 yards for the second touchdown. Basinger in the pistol, straight back. Now he'll try to go deep. Has a man, and that's just overthrown as Dukeman was held up at the line. Little chuck there by the defender, Nick Urbanowitz. Threw off the timing by Connor Basinger and Jacob Dukeman.
Dukeman was behind him, but Urbanowitz had pretty good defense there. He was stride for stride.
He just gave him that little hit at the line of scrimmage that eliminated the timing between Basinger and Dukeman, so Connor just was throwing that to a spot, and Dukeman could not get to that spot. 2nd and 10. Clock stopped on the incomplete pass with 3:23 to go here in the first. And Basinger's going to be dropped for a huge loss all the way back inside the 20. Fake to Petrus and tried to go to the left side, but quickly in there for the Jaguar defense. Tried to pick up that number, did not, but he was in the backfield in a hurry. Results in a 7-yard loss for Connor Basinger. And now behind the chains makes it very difficult for the Mustangs. 3rd down and 17. Straight back goes Basinger. Now throw out to the side and almost picked off.
Great
intended there for
by
McClusack.
Pass intended this time for number 1, Jacob McClusack, is incomplete. Defending number 12, Garrett Fairman. PJ.
Very good anticipation on that pass, Rick.
Well, he had good position, and that helped him to be able to jump that pass.
Out pattern was open momentarily, and McClusack would have had to gain some yards after the catch, but Fairman knocked it down, and Dukeman on again to punt. A little bit of a high snap. He gets this one away. Knuckler is going to be caught at about the 50-yard line, coming to the left side, and it's Fairman again. He's doing it all for Thomas Jefferson, and he'll take it on a 10-yard return to the 40-yard line. For Thomas Jefferson at the 40-yard line. As Stump will bring it up with an eye backfield. Goes straight back again. They're going to put the ball deep and looking down the right side, but just out of the reach of the streaking Jaguar, Jarrett Collington. Stump could not hit Collington on the fly down the right side. 2nd and 10.
Collington is incomplete. 2nd down.
Ball sitting at the Mustang 40-yard line. 2nd and 10. Clock stopped at 2:22 to go here in the first. Stump brings them up again in the I backfield. As they run up the middle again, big hole. But a nice fill that time.
6.
By the Mustang defender.
Number 6.
Number 6 for the Mustangs, Sean Richter. Gain of about half a yard. 3rd and 9. Give him no gain on that play, so make it 3rd and 10. Stump now in the shotgun. Bring pressure, and they go up the middle with it. Breaks through. He'll go to the 10, the 5, and in for the touchdown. At the 130 mark, that's a 40-yard run that time by Justin Vigna. 40 yards on 3rd and 10. Puts the Jaguars now on top, 20-0 with the extra point to come.
That gives Vigna 76 yards on 7 carries and 2 touchdowns.
That one went 40 yards. His last touchdown was 10 yards, so 2 of those runs are 50 yards combined, Rick.
That was a big 3rd down. They just needed third and long.
Mashenko on for the kick. He'll put it through once again.
And the extra attempt.
And quickly the Jaguars are on top, 21-0, with 1:30 left to go here in the first. We'll be back with the kick right after this on the South Union Township Sports Network.
At what point did everything change? When did service get taken out of service industries? It's too bad, because people are busy these days. At life, at work, at play. When it comes to your hard-earned money, you want service. Real service. From a person you know and a face you trust. At a bank where changing with the times doesn't mean leaving people behind. We're proud to be a part of your community. We're United Bank, at your service.
Kicking off for TJ will be number 80, A.J. Mashenko.
Mashenko on to kick again for Thomas Jefferson. Be his third kickoff already here in the first quarter. Mustangs trailing early here, 21-0, as Mashenko delivers the deep kick. This one will be taken at the goal line by Richter. Tries to go to his right. Nice move. Has one man to miss and brings it out past the 20 to the 22-yard line.
Takes the ball from Laurel Highlands.
So Dominic Richter, nice return out to the 23-yard line. Mustangs will take over first and 10.
Nice 22-yard return there. Richter.
You're right, Rick, about a 22-yard return. Now Basinger will bring the Mustangs up again on offense. And he'll have it on the right side, but trying to get around the right side, but will not, and did not get back to the line of scrimmage, and he'll lose about
Hunter Basinger on the quarterback keeper.
3 on that play. Did not get back to the line of scrimmage, back to the 20-yard line.
Be now a second down and 13.
Second down and 13. Basinger from the pistol. Behind. Jaguars look like they're going to bring pressure, and they do, and catch the runner in the backfield, and that's Petrus. He cannot get back to the line of scrimmage. Maybe he did get back to just the line of scrimmage, so there'll be no gain. The ball now back at the 19-yard line.
Back to the 19.
Max Shaw was back there, number 1, Gary, the defensive player. He almost got the handoff. He was just jumped that gap.
Hard duty for the Mustangs with these third and longs against this Thomas Jefferson defense that's giving up just over 5 points a game. Basinger back now, has pressure, he'll loft it deep, has a man out there, and it's going to be intercepted, I think. No, incomplete. Is it a flag out there? No flag.
I don't see a flag. That was pretty good defense there by number 3, Jared Collington. He didn't really turn around for the ball and kind of. Who was the receiver, Gary?
Edenfield
had to come back for the ball a little bit. So I'm surprised that it wasn't an interference call, considering he wasn't going for the ball.
So Dukeman will be on to kick again, and the Jaguar receivers are once again standing at the 50-yard line or inside Mustang territory. Dukeman will hit a knuckler, and this will be toward the sideline. And Freeman has stepped out of bounds. No, he did not. They did not blow the whistle. Looked like he stepped out right at the 50-yard line. We'll have to check that one on the replay, but he brings it ahead now into Mustang territory at the 41.
That side judge was right beside him when he caught that ball.
He looked right at it, so we'll have to defer to his eyes on that one.
41-yard line, it's a first and 10, TJ. ...25 seconds remaining here in the first period.
Mustangs trailing 21-0 as Thomas Jefferson sends 4 receivers out to the right side. Mustangs only have 3 defenders out there, so it looked like it was going to be a screen, and the Mustangs had it deciphered, but the Thomas Jefferson receiver just went behind the Mustang defenders and makes the catch and takes it down to about the 31-yard line. It'll be a first down.
That was Fairman again. The Laurel Highlands defensive backs jumped and overran the throw and stumped through it downfield a little bit, but by then the Mustang defenders had already gone past that passing lane.
Good adjustment there by the Thomas Jefferson receiver. Thomas Jefferson receiver just turned it over and went behind the Mustang defenders as we end the first quarter. Thomas Jefferson 21, Laurel Highlands nothing. We'll be back on the South Union Township Sports Network with second quarter action right after this.
Centers for Rehab Services, CRS, a part of UPMC and the Center for Sports Medicine, is a proud sponsor of the South Union Township Sports Network and its coverage of area youth sports. Make Centers for Rehab Services your choice for all of your physical and occupational therapy needs. CRS, located at 160 Wayland Smith Drive, provides physical therapy, occupational therapy, work injury programs, and hand therapy. Valuing patient satisfaction is one of their highest priorities. Centers for Rehab Services offers a patient-centered environment where each patient has an individualized treatment plan developed for their specific needs. They are experts in helping you recover from injuries, increase strength, and build endurance. CRS professionals have become highly skilled through a strong commitment to continuing education and advanced certifications to ensure the most cutting-edge and cost-effective treatment for their patients. Jim Burns, a lifetime Uniontown area resident, is a licensed physical therapist and facility director of the Uniontown location, as well as a field faculty instructor for Duquesne University and for the University of Pittsburgh School of Physical Therapy. He invites you to stop by his state-of-the-art location and discuss your rehabilitation needs. Center for Rehab Services is participating with most insurance plans, including all Highmark products, UPMC Health Plan, and Medicare. Available 5 days a week and offering extended hours for patient convenience. Patients are seen within 24 to 48 hours, and walk-ins are always welcome. Patients may also be seen through direct access, which does not require a physician's prescription. CRS worked with physicians and other healthcare providers to help you find relief, live your life again, and get you back into the game. For more information, call CRS at 724-437-7500. Where you treat for physical therapy is always your choice, so ask for Centers for Rehab Services. It's your health, it's your choice.
We're back at Mustang Field with the Mustangs on defense. Once again, Thomas Jefferson scoring on their first 3 possessions, taking a 21-0 lead into the second quarter. A stump to Fairman 20-yard pass, a Vigna 10-yard run, and a Vigna 40-yard run. The scores for Thomas Jefferson.
Sunday evening at 6 o'clock on Channel 17 Atlantic Broadcast.
It'll be first and 10 at the 31-yard line as we start the second quarter.
In association with the California University Television Network. And you can always watch.
Really impressed with this sophomore quarterback.
Right up South Union Television.
Shane Stump, Rick. He's very accurate, poised back there, knows what he's doing. And here's a handoff inside, and this will be Vigna again, breaking tackles inside the 25 to about the 23-yard line. Finally brought down there by Fike. So Vigna piling up the yards. That'll give him another 8-yard run.
Gary, that carry, he has 8 carries for 85 yards already.
12, Ryan Fike for Laurel Highlands, 2nd and 2.
Mustang defense played very well against West Mifflin and the Red Raiders, and they've had some good plays on defense so far, but Thomas Jefferson has been very effective with the passing game and the off-tackle running of Justin Vigna. Straight back again. Their stop pattern again to Freeman. He's going to stiff arm a Mustang defender and go inside the 10 to about the 4-yard line. Tackle out there by number 5. That's Gwynn. But number 12, Garrett Fairman, just goes down the field about 10 yards, stops in front of the Mustang defender. Stump puts it right on the numbers.
First and 10.
And very fundamental pickup for another first down and goal at the 6-yard line.
That puts Stump at over 100 yards, 119 yards passing, Gary.
Now, student body right for Vigna, and he'll cut it right up the field for a 6-yard touchdown run. Untouched into the end zone. Justin Vigna for his 3rd touchdown of the first half with 11:01 to go here in the second. Vigna takes it in from 6 yards out. And now Thomas Jefferson on top, 27-0. On again for the kick, A.J. Mashenko. So Thomas Jefferson making it look easy here in the first half against the Mustangs. Kick is up and good.
Point attempt is good. 11 minutes.
TJ 28, Laurel Highlands nothing. Gary Frankhauser along with Rick Frank, Jerry Dupay on the camera on the South Union Township Sports Network.
The Fayette Furnace Company, established in 1920 with over 100 years of combined experience in the industry. They are employee-owned and operated. They take pride in solving your home heating and air conditioning needs. They are the area's oldest and most reliable HVAC contractor. They specialize in creating quality energy-saving comfort for your home by using the most advanced technology in the industry. Along with the Carrier Corporation, Fayette Furnace can put together a system to improve your comfort, save you money on energy consumption, and improve any deficiencies in your existing system. They specialize in green speed inverter technology and split systems, ductless split units, zoning, radiant heat, boilers, hot water tanks, tankless water heaters, and many more applications. Call the Fayette Furnace Company today at 724-438-5400. That's 724-438-5400. Ask for Mike to schedule a free consultation.
Smith, Lewis & Chess, financial services in Uniontown, would like to wish the Laurel Highlands football team and their coaches good luck this football season.
We're back and ready for the kickoff once again by the Thomas Jefferson Jaguars. Mustangs now going right to left. Dominic Richter, number 8 deep for the Mustangs. Mustangs have gone 3 and out their last 2 possessions. There's a line drive shot, and that's going to go into the end zone for the automatic touchback.
Smart play. Instead of trying to pick it up there.
So the Mustangs will be set up at the 20-yard line, 1st and 10. Rick, I think the high school rules should be changed to the college and the professional rules to move it out to the 25. I mean, you might as well be consistent throughout. And with the
WPIAL is slow to move sometimes, though, Gary. I know that you're aware of that.
Well, I'm sure that's true throughout the PIAA, and I don't know of any schools it. Here's a pitch out to the left side and trying to go around the left side, but unable to break containment. That time McClusack.
Pitch out went to number 1. Jacob
He's
McClusack
tackled there by number 33 for Thomas Jefferson. That's James Martinez. A loss of 2. So the Mustangs offense has been going backwards consistently since their first possession.
And hey, I got to tell you what, Jacob worked hard to get that, to keep it to only -2. It would have been worse if for his speed.
I think Thomas Jefferson went offside, so they'll give Mustangs 5 that way. So good hard count there by Connor Basinger will give the Mustangs a 5-yard pickup, move it out and make it 2nd down and 7.
Penalty flag, and it's an offside.
The statistics that I have, Gary, is Connor Basinger, 3 carries for -8 yards. Chad Petrish, 3 carries for 11 yards. Dominic Richter, 1 carry for 2 yards. And Jacob McClusack, 3 carries for 6 yards.
Some low numbers for the Mustang offense. Up the middle, Petrus tries to gain some yards for the Mustangs.
Looks like he leaned for a couple.
Give him 2 on the carry. 3rd down and 4 for the Mustangs.
According to the numbers I have, Gary, it's 13 total yards of offense for the Mustangs so far.
Clock is running now with 9:40 to go.
You know, Gary, one thing about the defense for the Jags, you're looking at 225, 275, 295, and 225 on the defensive line. There's some big boys in there.
Basinger now trying to get it out to his receiver on the right side. That was Petrus.
Pass is incomplete. 4th down.
Tried to get it to him at the 30-yard line on a little fade pattern. He was under extreme pressure and had to get rid of it before he wanted to. And that's going to bring up 4th down again. So the Mustangs start from their 20, get it out to the 26 this time. And the Mustangs will bring on the punt team once again, Jacob Dukeman.
And again, it looks like the Jags are going to have a short field, Gary.
And they don't really need it. Low snap, a nice high punt this time. Fair catch called at the 44-yard line.
Fair catch is called
and for
44-yard line.
A little bit of a change. The Jaguars will be starting in their own territory as Daniel Diebner called the fair catch at the 44-yard line. So Thomas Jefferson has been able to score on all of their possessions. 4 possessions, 4 touchdowns.
One
and
more
have
score.
that 28-0 lead. Sorry, Rick.
No, I'm sorry. One more score puts the Mustangs into the alternative timing situation. So
now, although that doesn't start till the second half, it would be pretty obvious that that's going to be the case. Ball's on the turf, and Stump will have to pick it up and take it himself, and makes 2 yards out of nothing there.
Number 4, Shane Stump. Fumbles on a play,
picks up 2.
Gains about 3 yards on the play. The quarterback keeper.
Clock inside 9 minutes now in the first half. Second and he got 3 yards on that. 2nd down and 7. .840 to go now. Clock running, and Thomas Jefferson will be using all of the time clock. We welcome in the listeners from WMBS as Thomas Jefferson has the ball for their 5th time. They're trying to score for their 5th time, and it looks like it will happen from the 46-yard line. A run now by Justin Vigna all the way down inside Mustang territory to the 13-yard line. So Justin Vigna takes that ball from the 47 down to the 13 with 8:16 to go. Thomas Jefferson already on top, 28-0, threatening again inside Mustang territory at the 13. Back to you, Brian. Stump now with the I backfield. Straight back, 3 steps, throws it into the corner. Freeman, and he'll make the catch over his shoulder for the touchdown.
Complete to number 12, Garrett Fairman.
Fairman
Jefferson.
for the Thomas Jefferson score. 5 possessions, 5 scores for the dominant Thomas Jefferson Jaguars. And Rick, seeing this here tonight, you really got to give credit to the Bell Vernon team that put a victory on the board against Thomas Jefferson last week.
Good point, Gary. This TJ football team is a well-oiled machine, and that was a tremendous pass by the sophomore quarterback. But you're right, Gary. Bell Vernon really caught them, caught a Jaguar by the tail last week and made the best of it.
35, LA stepping.
So that's going to make it 35-0. Kick was good. 7:56 to go. We'll be back with the kickoff right after this on the South Union Township Sports Network.
Colon cancer is the second leading cause of cancer deaths. Signs include abdominal pain and rectal bleeding. Colon cancer develops from a degenerating benign growth or polyp. Doctors performing colonoscopy are able to remove precancerous polyps, thus preventing colon cancer. This saves lives, and the American Cancer Society now recommends that everyone have a colonoscopy every 10 years, beginning at age 50. Offer the latest diagnostic testing. SWGI, specialists in digestive health.
Unbelievable. Folks, please move your car blue.
We're back once again, still in the first half. 7:56 to go here in the second. Thomas Jefferson completely in control, 35-0. Last touchdown, a nice fade pattern by Shane Stump to Garrett Fairman for his second touchdown. Fairman with 2 touchdowns, Vigna with 3 touchdowns. And another long kick into the end zone, and that's going to be the automatic touchback again. So big leg there for number 80, A.J. Mashenko. And the Mustangs will once again have to start at the 20. First down, Mustangs. Mustangs just need to try to maintain their concentration, try to stay with their keys, and see if they can pick up some yardage. But the blocking on the outside is not good, and this is going to be a huge loss all the way back inside the 10-yard line. Trying to make something out of nothing there was number 8, Dominic Richter, and ends up losing 11. All the way back to the 9-yard line. Once again, second down and long. Second and 21, ball all the way back to the 9-yard line. Thomas Jefferson defense showing great pursuit. No chance for the Mustang runners to break containment.
He had no chance around that corner, Gary. That's amazing.
They're bringing pressure again, and this is going to be a hit again right in the middle of the backfield. But breaking loose, and a nice run there after contact was Connor Basinger.
Connor Basinger from Laurel Highlands.
Faked it inside and took it to the outside, took it out to the 17. So a nice 8-yard run there by Connor. something positive on the offensive side of the ball, but that's going to bring up 3rd down and 13 for the Mustangs.
Yeah, well, that big loss on the run attempted sweep was is hurting. Right now, Connor Basinger has 4 carries for 2 yards.
So we welcome again the listeners on WMBS as the Mustangs face a 3rd and 13 at their own 13. Here's a pass down the left side, and it's caught by Ian Edenfield at the 50-yard line. So nice pass there by Basinger, just lofted up down the left side, and Edenfield was able to run under it at the 48-yard line of Thomas Jefferson. Big pickup there of 33 yards?
35 yards.
35 yards.
He came close several other passes, Gary. Lofted it up, but couldn't connect. But that one was a beautiful pass.
So with the Mustangs trailing 35-0, 6 minutes to go here in the second quarter. Basinger from the pistol, and it looked like they were offside, but no call. Run up the middle, nowhere to go, and a little late action out there on the right side, but that was Petrus, I believe, on the carry.
He picked up a couple.
Chad Petrus for Laurel Highlands.
Give him 2 yards on the carry. Forward progress.
Petrus has 5 carries for 15 yards. He's been the most productive before that pass.
So into Thomas Jefferson territory.
I believe that's the first time tonight for them.
Well, I think on their first possession they were inside.
They did move the ball, you're right.
And they ended up punting a 6-yard punt that gave Thomas Jefferson great field position. Although they've not really needed it, they've scored on all 5 of their possessions. Basinger back, pressure now out in the flat, too high, and a late hit there, and that's going to be called.
Basinger's pass is incomplete, intended for number 8 for Laurel.
Intended for Dominic Richter, but a unnecessary hit there by number 33, James Martinez. After the pass was well over Richter's head, he just gave him a blast in the back, and that's going to be a personal foul calling against Thomas Jefferson, giving the Mustangs a first down on a 15-yard penalty, and that'll take it inside the 35 to the 32-yard line, 1st and 10.
I have to give the credit, the offensive line some credit, Gary. They protected Connor. They were blitzing on that play. Connor really, he didn't get all 3 steps of his dropout, and had to get the ball away quickly. Went over the receiver's head before that late hit.
So now the Mustangs with a little bit of a drive here late in the first half with 5 minutes to go, 5:09 on a stopped clock. Double wing pistol formation for Basinger. Tries to hand it off up front, but takes the fake around the right side, and he's going to be caught in the backfield for another loss of 2 on the tackle there. Max Shaw, number 1, the junior linebacker for Thomas Jefferson. Ball sits now at the 34, 2nd and 12. Basinger looking to the sideline for a play that will pierce this stingy Thomas Jefferson defense.
The Jags are alternating who they're blitzing, Gary, and it's hard for the Mustangs to pick up. It could be a defensive back, it could be a linebacker.
Now he ran into his own man. That's a backwards pass, and that's a live ball. It's going to go out of bounds all the way back at the Mustang 46-yard line, 49-yard line. So a backwards pass by Connor Basinger intended for Richter.
Effectively a lateral. Technically a lateral.
I think that was probably going to be some kind of a pass from Richter if he was able to catch that. But Basinger, once again, under severe pressure, had to throw it quickly. Basinger threw it high, and Richter could not catch it. It went backwards, and the Mustangs actually are lucky that Thomas Jefferson didn't pick that up and take it back for a touchdown.
There was a defensive back out there to try to get it catch that bouncing ball.
Basinger back, has pressure now. You throw it deep again. This is Edenfield trying to run under it, and we got an incomplete pass. Hand fighting down at about the 18-yard line. Edenfield could not get under it. Defending down there for Thomas Jefferson, number 11, Daniel Debner, and trying to pick up the other number there. defending for Thomas Jefferson. The Mustangs will have to punt.
That linebacker was coming at Connor, and he had to unload that ball. It was a very accurate pass, though.
Here's Dukeman, a knuckler. That's going to be caught at about the 25-yard line by Fairman. He makes one tackler miss, two tacklers miss, gets out to the 38-yard line. Steps out of two Mustangs.
25-yard line by number 12.
Attempts at a tackle, and Fairman will bring it out to the 34-yard line. So the Mustangs had the ball. First and 10 at the 32-yard line, went backwards on two plays, a severe backwards play on the lateral pass resulted in the punt that gives the ball back to Thomas Jefferson at the 39-yard line with still 4 minutes to go here in the half. Twin receivers to the right, high backfield for Thomas Jefferson. Run up the middle now by Vigna, breaks tacklers into the secondary, and he's going to be hit from behind, but not before an 11-yard tackle. Edenfield tracked him down from behind, but that's an 11-yard pickup to midfield. Gets the clock started, but stops temporarily for the first down. Restart now, but
hey, Gary,
big chunks by the Thomas Jefferson offense.
Yeah, Vigna, that burst was for 11 yards. He has 149 yards on 11 carries. It's no accident that he's over 1,000 yards this year in rushing.
So Stump brings him up with two receivers to the near side, the wide side, takes his 3 steps back, now goes deep, and he has Fairman out there and just out of his reach. Down the right side, had a couple steps on the Mustang defender.
Comes pass is intended for number 12, Garrett Fairman's incomplete.
Sort of looked like that went through his arms, Gary.
I'm sorry?
Sort of looks like it went through his arms. It was over his head. He's made a couple catches like that tonight over his head, but
elbows.
That one looked like it went right between his hands.
He didn't stretch him out.
Well, we're never going to fault him. He's had a fantastic game so far. 2 touchdown passes, 1 for 13 yards and 1 for 20 yards.
116 yards receiving.
So 2nd and 10, ball at midfield. Clock stopped at 3:23 to go here in the half. Twin receivers again to the right. Single receiver to the far side left. Stump fakes, hand up inside to Vigna, and he's going to go. Again, makes 2 tacklers miss to the 30, the 20, the 15-10, and he will go in for the touchdown. Just makes that initial tackler miss, and once he's into that secondary, he uses his speed, and that's a 50-yarder, Rick, to add to the Thomas Jefferson lead, now at 41-0 with 3:13 to go here, still in the first half. Mustangs no answer so far for this Thomas Jefferson offense. All 6 possessions resulting in Thomas Jefferson touchdowns. And that was a quick, I'm thinking maybe a 1-minute drive, starting at their own 40-yard line. Mashenko has been perfect on these extra points, and he keeps it that way.
And the extra point attempt is good.
3:13 to go here in the first half. It's Thomas Jefferson 42, Laurel Highlands nothing. We'll be back on WMBS and the South Union Township Sports Network.
Just sit right down and you hear a tale of a fateful call. You better pay those bills right now or you take a mighty fall. He really didn't know what to do, so he turned to those who did. Zeppeli, Mahalev, and White, your bankruptcy crew, your bankruptcy crew. So no matter how deep in debt you are, if your back's against the wall, Zeppeli, Mahalev, and White, just give them a call.
Here we go. South Union Township Sports Network about to be joined by WMBS for the final 3 minutes and 13 seconds of the first half. Thomas Jefferson all over the Mustangs. Shenko kicks it deep. He's showing a very strong leg, and that goes into the end zone again for a touchback on the kickoff. Mashenko Kicks it into the end zone, caught there 2 yards deep by number 8, Dominic Richter, and the Mustangs will once again start 1st and 10 at the 20-yard line.
Gary, it seems like the first series that the Mustangs had, they drove the ball, they moved the ball, got a few first downs, moved the ball maybe 50 yards, and stalled out, and then had that short punt. But that was the most productive series that the Mustangs have had tonight.
So now Basinger will try once again from the 20. Try to get it inside to Petrus. He's not going to get back to the line of scrimmage. He's hit there by 3 Thomas Jefferson defenders, led by number 7, Noah Palmer.
From Laurel Highlands.
Gets the clock started.
Call for a loss of a yard, 2nd and 11.
Loss of 1, 2nd and 11.
It took everything Chad had to get back to that 1-yard loss.
There's just penetration all over that front line by Thomas Jefferson.
And it's a big defensive line. As I said on the South Union broadcast, 295 and 275 right up the gut. So it's hard to run that ball.
Very athletic linebackers also just continuously trying to fill those holes. This will be Petrus again, and he's going to be held to another short gain of about 3 yards. So we're going to be 3rd down and 8.
To the 22, gain of 3.
It looks like the Mustangs will need a first down in order to avoid another possession by Thomas Jefferson, Rick.
And Laurel Highlands is deep in their own territory, so unless there's Jacob Dukeman has a tremendous punt. Well, let's see what they can do on 3rd down here. How about that?
Yeah, let's not get ahead of ourselves and give the Mustangs an opportunity to try to pick up this 3rd and 8. Basinger, quick pass out to this nice catch and trying to get the first down, but I believe he's going to be about a half-yard short going high, and making the catch out there was Dukeman. Went high for the catch and pulled it down, but he is about a half a yard short of the 30-yard line. Well, they mark it all the way back at the 29-yard line, so it's going to be 4th and 1 at the 29. And the Mustangs will go for it, trailing 42-0 with 1:11 to go here in the first half. Connor with 7 men up on front, and it looked like Thomas Jefferson jumped offside again, no call. And it looks like Connor's just trying to pull him offside. He'll use the entire play clock and not snap the ball, so the Mustangs are going to take a delay.
No, they called it. They did take a delay. You're right.
No, they did call
a timeout.
They did call timeout, but they're going to bring out the punt team with 53 seconds to go. So it looked like the Mustangs were successful in pulling him offside, but did not get the call.
Yeah, well, I think they saw that on the prior 6 game films also. Gary, we have a score from AG. I'm sorry, from the AG Uniontown game. Albert Gallatin 26, Uniontown 0, early in the 3rd.
That's who the Mustangs will be playing next week, the Albert Gallatin Colonials, and they'll have their hands full. Albert Gallatin's been playing some decent football this year.
Yeah, beating West Mifflin, beating Uniontown. They're an improving team. Their arrow's pointing up.
It will be senior night next Friday night.
So now with 4th and 1,
it will be before the seniors.
Dukeman on again to punt, and going deep for Thomas Jefferson, number 12, Garrett Fairman.
At 7 o'clock.
We were talking to some of the coaches for Thomas Jefferson, and they were a little bit concerned that their first team, this is a high punt. Fairman's calling for the fair catch at the 40-yard line. As I was trying to say, the coaching staff were somewhat concerned that, but for the last game at Belle Vernon, the starters for Thomas Jefferson were not getting to play much more than a half, and that might have been part of the problem. That they, once they got into a situation where they're in a close game, they didn't have the experience of playing the entire game. But I find that hard to believe that that's a huge problem for Thomas Jefferson in the way they're playing tonight. And I don't believe they're going to sit on it here with 46 seconds to go, leading 42-0. Twin receivers out here to the right, I backfield. And they're going to hand it off to the fullback up the middle, and he's going to plow ahead for about 3 yards. That's number 20, Sean Bell, the fullback. And he'll carry Mustang tacklers for about a 4-yard gain.
So what you're saying, Gary, is maybe TJ will come out flat in the second half and the Mustangs can rally here. Is that what you're saying?
Well, we'll see. 2nd and 7. Clock now inside 18 seconds, and Thomas Jefferson is going to let this run out. The play clock is outside the game clock, so it'll run out for the first half to expire. With Jefferson on top, 42-0. We'll be back with some halftime activities, scoring recap, and statistics here on WMBS and the South Union Township Sports Network.
Jefferson 42, Laurel Highlands nothing. Remind everyone, coming up next will be the Thomas Jefferson Marching Band and the Laurel Highlands High School Marching Bands for your 2017 Thomas Jefferson Jaguar Marching Band.
At what point did everything change? When did service get taken out of service industries? It's too bad, because people are busy these days. At life, at work, at play. When it comes to your hard-earned money, you want service. Real service. From a person you know and a face you trust. At a bank where changing with the times doesn't mean leaving people behind. We're proud to be a part of your community. We're United Bank, at your service.
Davis and Davis, helping the injured.
In any endeavor, experience is probably the most important factor, but it's got to be the right kind of experience. Experience in the community where the case is tried, where the jurors live, where the judges work. We've been doing this since 1976 at Davis and Davis. That's a long time.
Davis and Davis, attorneys at law.
Marching Band. TJ Band is under the direction of James.
It's halftime here at Mustang Field, and Thomas Jefferson completely in control, 42-0 over the Mustangs, scoring on 6 of their 7 possessions, really letting the clock run out on the last possession, so we don't really count that as a full possession, but Thomas Jefferson scoring 6 touchdowns, all 6 extra points successful. Recapping those touchdowns for you at the 9:42 mark. It was quarterback Shane Stump hitting number 12 Garrett Fairman for a 20-yard strike and a 7-0 TJ lead with the Mashenko kick. At 3:32 of the first, it was Justin Vigna going in from 10 yards out. After a 60-yard drive, Mashenko kick again made it 14-0. That was after a short punt by the Mustangs. With 1:30 to go in the first, it was Vigna once again on a 40-yard run for a touchdown. Kick was good, making it TJ 21, Laurel Highlands nothing. Into the second quarter, quickly 11:01 mark, Vigna on a 6-yard run. Mashenko once again making it 28-0. And with 7:56 to go, it was Stump once again to Fairman, a 13-yard pass this time. Kick made it 35-0 in the last score with 3:13 to go. Vigna from 50 yards out. Mashenko perfect on his 6 extra point attempts. All points on the TJ side, 42-0, Rick, and it's been total domination by the Jaguars.
Yeah, the statistics are worse. The statistics are worse than the recap that you just gave. The Mustangs, Connor Basinger had 40 yards in the air. He was 2 for 7 for 40 yards. On the ground, Petrish had 17 yards. Dominic Richter had negative 24 yards. And Jacob McClusek had 13 yards. So that gives the Mustangs a total of 6 yards on the ground, 40 yards in the air, 46 yards total offense for the Mustangs. Totally dominant defense by TJ. For the Jags, quarterback Shane Stump had 132 yards in the air, 2 touchdowns. He did gain 3 yards. Justin Vigna on the ground, 199 yards. So for the Jags, 132 yards in the air, 202 on the ground, 334 yards. Pretty balanced. It seems to match their season for the year between passing and running and shutting down people on defense.
Once again, showing why they're one of the class teams in the WPIAL and racking up the yards that most teams would be happy with an entire game in just one half. And, well, hopefully we'll see if the Mustangs can stay with their concentration, work on a few things here, and get something moving here in the second half. But trailing 42-0, we'll be back with second half action after halftime here on the South Union Township Sports Network.
Centers for Rehab Services, CRS, a part of UPMC and the Center for Sports Medicine, is a proud sponsor of the South Union Township Sports Network and its coverage of area youth sports. Make Centers for Rehab Services your choice for all of your physical and occupational therapy needs. CRS, located at 160 Wayland Smith Drive, provides physical therapy, occupational therapy, work injury programs, and hand therapy. Valuing patient satisfaction is one of their highest priorities. Centers for Rehab Services offers a patient-centered environment where each patient has an individualized treatment plan developed for their specific needs. They are experts in helping you recover from injuries, increase strength, and build endurance. CRS professionals have become highly skilled through a strong commitment to continuing education and advanced certifications to ensure the most cutting-edge and cost-effective treatment for their patients. Jim Burns, a lifetime Uniontown area resident, is a licensed physical therapist and facility director of the Uniontown location, as well as a field faculty instructor for Duquesne University and for the University of Pittsburgh School of Physical Therapy. He invites you to stop by his state-of-the-art location and discuss your rehabilitation needs. Center for Rehab Services is participating with most insurance plans, including all Highmark products, UPMC Health Plan, and Medicare. Available 5 days a week and offering extended hours for patient convenience. Patients are seen within 24 to 48 hours, and walk-ins are always welcome. Patients may also be seen through direct access, which does not require a physician's prescription. CRS worked with physicians and other healthcare providers to help you find relief, live your life again, and get you back into the game. For more information, call CRS at 724-437-7500. Where you treat for physical therapy is always your choice, so ask for Centers for Rehab Services. It's your health, it's your choice.
Smith, Lewis & Chess, Financial Services in Uniontown, would like to wish the Laurel Highlands football team and their coaches good luck this football season.
Welcome back to Mustang Field. We're just about ready for second half action. The Mustangs to receive the second half kick.
Dominic
Richter deep for the Mustangs. As we said as we started the game, beautiful night for football, Rick. No wind at all. Temperature dropping just a little bit. It's perfect for football. And if you're a Thomas Jefferson Jaguar, you got to be really happy with a 42-0 halftime lead as this kick will come down at about the 5 for Richter. A chance to return it. Tries to get outside, but he'll be knocked down. No, he's still on his feet, and he's going to be backwards.
Flag on the play.
All the way back to the 11-yard line. Looks like a face mask penalty going to be called here on the return. So it might set up the Mustangs in a little bit better field position as it sits at the 11 now. It's a block in the back against the Mustangs. Wow. That's going to push it back to the 5. Block in the back against the Mustangs. So when it rains, it pours, even when it's perfect weather, Rick.
Yeah, you were talking about the TJ crowd. When TJ is here at the Mustang crowd, it's one of the biggest crowds that we have. So the Jags travel well.
And it looks like Thomas Jefferson still has most of the starting defensive people in the game with the 42-0 lead. There's a run up the middle. Nice run there. Quickly ahead. I think that was Petrus, and he'll pick up.
It looks like about 4.
4 yards. Give him 4 on the play. Second down and 6.
Moves the ball up to the 10-yard line, a gain of 5. So
from the 6-yard up to the 10-yard line. Basinger calling the signals as we commence the second half. They bring pressure and hit in the backfield, anticipating the snap and really beating the runner to the ball that time, all the way back again at about the 7-yard line. Well, there's no contact on any of those linebackers coming through the line.
Well, number 1, Max Shaw, and number 54, Logan Danielson, they went on the snap count and blitzed immediately, and Shaw had the runner, Petrus, down for negative yardage.
3rd and 9. They're going to bring pressure again. It looked like they were offside again, and this one's over the middle, and this was caught by Edenfield. Great catch in traffic.
Pass is complete.
All the way out to the 26-yard line. So Basinger to Edenfield connect again, and that gives the Mustangs a first down out to the 26-yard line.
Half-yard line, 1st and 10, Laurel Highlands.
1st and 10 Mustangs.
19-yard pickup on that.
We are in the alternate timing system for the second half with a 42-0 lead, but the clock does stop on the first down temporarily, but now it's restarted. So a nice pass and catch there. Little run inside, and that's Petrus, and he's going to be dropped for a short gain. There for the TJ Jaguars, number 54 on the bottom of the pile, Logan Danielson.
Stop by number 52, Michael Huber.
Along with Martinez also in there.
Be a 2nd down and 9.
2nd and 9.
The Mustangs are going to have to take some small victories out of this game, Gary, here in the second half.
And TJ's blitzing on just about every down. That ball's on the turf, and Basinger trying to pick it up, and he can't, but getting onto it all the way back at the 18-yard line was Fike.
Fumble on the play, falling on it for Laurel Highlands.
And that's going to be another big loss all the way back to the 18-yard line. So that's going to be 3rd down and about 22. Just mishandled in the backfield there. And that would have to be a loss on the play by Basinger on the run.
It's the second time that's something like that's happened where it's been a lateral.
And they're just coming with blitz every time, and Basinger will go down in the backfield. No chance to even get rid of it as Thomas Jefferson just blitzes on every down. That time, number 1, Max Shaw, once again timing that snap perfectly and just coming in untouched to get the sack on Basinger all the way back at the 13-yard line. So after the nice pass and catch by Basinger to Edenfield, out to the 28-yard line, Mustangs go backwards, and Dukeman will have to punt it away again. This is going to be a fair catch inside Mustang territory at the 34-yard line. Taken there by number 12, Garrett Fairman.
Punt from Jacob Dukeman for Laurel Highlands. Ball is being
Yeah, I don't think Jacob got as much of that as he wanted to, or as he had on a couple other punts tonight.
So 1st and 10 for Thomas Jefferson, and I believe we are going to see some second-team offensive players for Thomas Jefferson coming in at quarterbacks. Number 16, Jake Pugh, a freshman, 5'8", 145 pounds. Number 16, I backfield again. Thomas Jefferson now with the pitch out to the right. We'll try to pick up these numbers as we can. Good pursuit by the Mustangs. That's going to be a loss on the play. Run there by number 25, and that's Rex Miller, another freshman. So freshman quarterback, freshman tailback for Thomas Jefferson. Loss on the play of about 1.
Good pursuit there by Cody Christopher. They do a nice job, Gary, the offensive line does, and the receivers of chip blocking, allowing him to get around. It is a loss of 2, but good pursuit by the Mustangs.
So I backfield again as Pugh will bring him up. Has twin receivers out to the left, and here's a run up the middle, and quickly Mayer to make the tackle that time for the Mustangs. Number 59 again, that's Cody Christopher. So give him credit. He's not giving up on the defensive side. No gain on that play. 3rd down and 11.
That ball was carried by number 21, Jackson Conway, for no gain.
So we're going to try to pick up these numbers as they come in. Wide receiver Preston Zandier, another freshman in there for Thomas Jefferson. So a lot of these guys will be playing tomorrow in the JV game, Rick. Straight back goes Pugh. He has pressure, and he's going to go down.
Ian Edenfield had him.
Edenfield will get the tackle, and the sack on the play all the way back to the 44-yard line, and Thomas Jefferson will have to bring out the punt team for the first time this evening, Rick.
Yeah, that was a good job by Ian Edenfield of beating number 71, Nathan Weir, senior lineman, around the edge and getting right to the quarterback.
So on for the punt for Thomas Jefferson. Good snap. Gets it away, and it's a short punt coming up to make the catch at the 18-yard line for the Mustangs. Number 6, that's Sean Richter. And the Mustangs will take over 1st and 10.
Fair catch is called at the 20-yard line for Laurel Highlands. We'll begin 1st and 10.
1st and 10 for the Mustangs. The ball sits right at the 20-yard line. So 5:31 to go, and we'll start the clock. Basinger brings him up. Double wings formation to the right this time. In motion, and there's the jet sweep around the left side with some room out to the 25, 26, and over to the 30 for the first down. In big run there by McClusack as he gets it all the way out to the 35-yard line. 15-yard pickup for Jacob McClusack for the Mustangs.
Good
Got around that left end pretty quickly.
Yeah, and there was a couple of good seal blocks by Ian Enfield and Jacob Dukeman that allowed him to spring free there. I love those seal blocks and those kick-out blocks.
1st and 10 for the Mustangs at the 34. Looks like same play to the other side. This is Richter this time. He's going to cut it up. Has a few blockers out there, but this time the Thomas Jefferson defense a little more stout. Out there again, number 1 for the Jaguars, Max Shaw. And that's going to be a 3-yard pickup for Richter. 2nd and 7.
Number 6, Sean Richter for Laurel Highlands.
It looked like number 60, Austin Sobek, over pursued that, and Richter ran right behind him. The number 60, the defensive lineman, went too far, didn't maintain his lane.
Pistol formation. Basinger. Hand up the middle to Petrus. He has room to the 50. One man to beat down the left side. And he's going to be rode out of bounds, but not after a huge pickup there by Chad Petrus.
38-yard run there.
Tackled out of bounds there by number 6, Bowen Dame, sophomore, but nice run there by Petrus all the way down to the 25-yard line, Rick.
Well, that's one of the situations that happens, Gary, when the linebackers in the middle blitz. Once the running back gets past that first line, it's open space until he gets to the defensive backs.
We saw that last week. Chad has some pretty good speed once he gets into open field.
That gets Chad over 50 yards. He has 55 yards tonight.
Basinger will keep it this time around the left side. Cuts it up inside the tackle. Gets inside the 20-yard line to about the 18. Big gain on first down of 7 yards, 2nd and 3.
Well, the Mustangs right now are trying to take something out of this to carry into next week's game. And they're going to be working on some fundamentals here in the second half.
Connor calling the signals. Pitch out to the left. This is McClusack. Has a couple blockers and gets out of bounds at about the 17. He's going to be short of the first down by about a yard. So you're going to pick up 2 on the play, making it 3rd down and 1.
One thing I like about the way that Connor, I don't remember him doing this at the beginning of the year. Maybe he did, but the way he delivers that ball, it's a underhand spin on the ball.
Makes it easy to handle by that running back on that sprint.
And it goes exactly where he wants it to go. It doesn't float or knuckleball.
Now full house backfield, inside handoff, and that's going to be very close to the first down. I don't think he got it, though. Inside run there by Petrus, and he's hit right at the point of attack at about the 16.5-yard line, and we're going to have a 4th down and about 1 now for the Mustangs. They mark it at the 12. I'm sorry, at the 17.
I would look for the Mustangs to do some kind of a sweep, some kind of an outside play. They've been able to pick up 1 or 2 yards that way, if not more.
First time that we've seen this full house backfield, and there's a pitch out, and it's going to be a problem. It's going to go out of bounds, and the Mustangs will turn it over on downs. Connor was tackled as he was trying to pitch it out to Basinger, and that's fumbled out of bounds to about the 18-yard line. It's a loss of 1, so the Mustangs turn it over on downs at the 18-yard line, and Thomas Jefferson will take over. So a nice drive by the Mustangs, but it ends on the mishap on the pitch there by Basinger, and really had him. The Thomas Jefferson defense really had him by the ankles there and made it really hard for him to make that pitch.
Yeah, he couldn't get that underhand spiral on it to get it out to him, and it just kind of floated.
Basinger had room had he been able to make the pitch effective, but it wasn't to be.
Jags take over.
Now coming up again is the freshman quarterback, number 16, that's Pugh. He's going to hand it off deep, and the Mustangs again meet him in the backfield. On the carry there was number 25, Zach Wagner, Jr.
Number 25, Zachary Wagner.
Mustang tackle by committee in the backfield, loss of 2,
Jefferson,
2nd and 12.
Richter, and number 4, Shea Tizot for Laurel Highlands, 2nd and 12.
Give the Mustangs credit for the effort here in the second half. Not that I expected anything close from Coach Just.
Yes. Yeah. Thomas Jefferson laid into the huddle now. Play clock down to 6 seconds. Just 30 seconds to go here in the third. They do get the play off up the middle to the fullback, and he's going to drive all the way out to the 25-yard line. Gain on the play of about 8. Puts it at the 26-yard line. It's going to be 3rd down and about 4. That's going to be the last play of the third quarter. Time ticking down under 10 seconds, and Thomas Jefferson will not run another play here in the third. We'll be back with fourth quarter action You're watching the South Union Township Sports Network. The score remains Thomas Jefferson 42, Laurel Highlands nothing.
Thomas Jefferson 42, Laurel Highlands nothing. On Monday evening, boys and girls soccer action playoffs begin.
Back
tomorrow.
and ready for fourth quarter action. Gary Frankhauser with Rick Frank alongside Jerry Dupay on the camera on the South Union Township Sports Network as we begin
on the 26-yard line.
The fourth quarter.
Sort of a mismatch out here on this side, Gary. Two receivers and one defensive back.
So Thomas Jefferson will send twin receivers out here to the left for them to put the ball in the air. And it's a run up the middle, and the Mustangs seal that pretty quickly in their Sheikh Tassau, and also on the bottom of the pile, number 79 for the Mustangs, John Sabatula. So give the Mustangs credit. Stopping the Jaguars on third down brings up fourth down and 1.5.
They had to wake up the punter, Gary.
Had to wake him up, right?
So for Laurel Highlands.
And that's, well, actually, he's the extra point kicker, too, so he was well into the game.
He warmed up. Yeah, but he hasn't had any action in the third quarter at all.
And Mashenko with 6 touchdowns and 6 kickoffs and 6 extra points. And they're calling the fair catch back here at the Mustang 38-yard line.
Looks like
That's Connor Basinger, the quarterback, returning punts. You don't see that every day.
First and 10.
No, you don't. I didn't get the number of the other receiver, guy deep to receive.
So first and 10 for the Mustangs. The ball will be at the 38-yard line. Pretty effective on their last offensive series with Chad Petrus on the long run, but stalled once again in Thomas Jefferson territory, turned it over on downs. So we'll wind the clock with 11 minutes to go here in the ball game. Mustangs bringing in a few different players themselves. And there's going to be a handoff inside, and that's going to be brought down in the backfield.
He might have got back to the line of scrimmage.
That's Riley Bosley, the sophomore running back for Laurel Highlands, number 20.
Number 20, Riley Bosley, the ball carrier.
He'll lose a half a yard on the carry, making it second down and 11.
That's tough going up the middle, Gary.
Absolutely.
These are not the starters, but they're still pretty dominant.
Now again, same play up the middle and nowhere to go. Jaguar defenders in there, getting off the bottom of the pile, number 50 for Thomas Jefferson. That's Eric Singyungwe, if I said that correctly.
Well, right up the gut, Mike Huber, 6'1", 265.
Third down to the
Number 50, Eric Sinway, like you said, 5'9", 195, a junior. So
third and 11. Mustangs might put, and then once again, Thomas Jefferson really reads that snap perfectly. They're bringing pressure at the same time that the ball is snapped. They're actually beating the Mustang offensive blockers and the running backs to the position, so it makes it tough to gain any kind of yards.
I'm sorry, Gary. He did get back to the line of scrimmage, though, and got pushed back, so not much to say about that series. 3 carries for -1 yards.
Dukeman again will kick it away, and there's going to be a fair catch called at the 36-yard line.
Almost blocked.
26-yard line, or correction, 37-yard line.
Daniel Diebner with the fair catch at the 38-yard line. Thomas Jefferson will go back on offense. 8:50 to go here in the fourth.
Ball is now at the 30.
A couple of the new players in for Thomas Jefferson. We see number 83, David Manfredi. He's a senior, getting some time at wide receiver. Also out here, number 26, that's Aiden Palmer, freshman. Mustangs pulled offside.
Yeah, he did a good job. That's number 10, Justin Cavelli. Used the hard count there to draw the Mustangs off sides.
Offside as our referee
Cavelli, a 5'9"
this evening, making the call as
sorry,
Mr.
Gary.
D'Amico.
Cavelli, a 5'9" junior. They just have a whole stable of quarterbacks, Gary.
He's going to go up the middle this time, and fumbles. The Mustangs will pick it up and go the other way. Picking up the fumble there and taking it the other way was number 21,
Laurel Highlands.
Daniel Izzy. Picks up the fumble and takes it back into Thomas Jefferson territory at the 26-yard line. So positive defensive play there for the Mustangs.
I didn't see who fumbled that ball, Gary. I'm sure Jerry will replay it, but that was a nice pickup of that fumble and advancing it by Izzy.
1st and 10, Laurel Highlands.
And that quarterback is number 25, Robbie Slater. Handoff, fakes the handoff, and Slater will be hit in the backfield and taken down for a loss there by number 49, Gabe Dominic. And that'll lose 4.
Slater stopped for a loss of 4 yards.
Robbie might have been better served to go ahead and let his running back, Collins, take that one.
You have to make a very quick decision based on what that linebacker does, picking up the running back.
So now the Mustangs facing a 2nd down and 14. Slater will hand it this time to Collins. And he's going to push ahead for a few yards.
I think he picked up 1.
I'm mistaken, that's number 20. That's Riley Bosley on the carry.
13's the quarterback. 13.
It's like Trent Livingston in a quarterback now. So we've seen several quarterbacks come in for the Mustangs, and now Trent Livingston will get an opportunity. He's been in for the last couple plays.
Well, in the game, this is the 6th quarterback to take snaps
A 3rd down
between both teams.
Now for Laurel Highlands from the 38-yard line. Now quarterbacking is number 13, Trent Livingston.
So Livingston will work from the pistol, gets a quick pass out here to the right side and out of the reach of the intended receiver. That's number 29, Chanel Thomas. That's going to bring up 4th down and 14. Clock running with 6 minutes and 9 seconds to go here in the 4th quarter. Mustangs will go for it in Thomas Jefferson territory at the 38-yard line.
There was a little confusion there on that pass. Livingston threw it inside, and the receiver was expecting it outside, and just some miscommunication there.
So Livingston will go straight back, ball on the turf, but he's going to loft it up deep, and they're fighting for it and unable to get around the defender back there. Trying to make the catch there was number 21 for the Mustangs, Izzy, and that will be A turnover on downs as the Mustangs unable to complete the pass down the right side. Good defense there by, I think that was Dylan Malazzi, number 23.
And that play, Gary, I'd say Ezzy made a pretty good defensive play, even though he was the intended receiver. The ball was very short, but Ezzy made sure that the Jaguar was not able to hang on to the ball.
361-308.
So as Thomas Jefferson takes over at the 38-yard line after the Mustangs had the turnover, could not move at all on offense, and Thomas Jefferson will take over as the clock moves inside 5 minutes to go here in the fourth. Handoff up the middle, and that will be number 23, Dylan Malazzi on the carry.
Malazzi for Thomas Jefferson takes the ball to the 41-yard line.
Gain of 3 on the play.
Second down and 7.
Second and 7.
So he's playing quarterback for the Jaguars.
I believe it's still number 10.
It is.
That's Justin Cavelli. 2 wide receivers out to the right side. Second down and 7. And it's going to be a draw play and some room to run on the right side. And Mustangs unable to get him on the turf until he has the first down. On the carry there, number 28 for Thomas Jefferson, Deron Van Bibber.
To the 50-yard line for Thomas Jefferson. It's a 1st and 10.
1st and 10 at the 50-yard line. We're inside 4 minutes now at 3:54 to go on our running clock.
Van Bibber, an 8-yard pickup on that. A freshman. Freshman getting some action here.
Thomas Jefferson now will be content to run it right up the middle with the fullback on the carry this time. Number 32 for Thomas Jefferson, and that's Trevor Barrett.
Trevor Barrett, ball carrier for
no gain on the play.
Thomas Jefferson.
Stopped in there by the middle of the Mustang defense. Number 61 in there, James Price for the Mustangs, as well as John Sabatula, the 2 inside down linemen for the Mustangs.
Aaron Huey's in there, linebacker. Chenille Thomas
inside
is in the linebacker.
3 minutes to go
defensive
now.
back, I'm sorry.
2nd and 10. Pitch out to the right with some room, and he'll cut back inside the 40-yard line. That's going to be another first down for Thomas Jefferson. Nice run there by number 28. That's Deron Van Bibber. 2 good runs for him in this drive. Puts it inside the 40 at the 38-yard line.
Nice
so Van
12-yard
Bibber, the freshman, showing some flashy moves for the Jaguars.
Yeah, there was some good downfield blocking. It looked like a couple of those linemen had a chip block and then was able to block a linebacker to spring Van Bibber out to the 38-yard line.
This will be him again up the middle, and he's going to get a nice gain on first down inside the 35 to about the 33-yard line. That's Van Bibber again. Give him 7 on that carry.
Van Bibber again for
inside 2 minutes to go on a running clock. Thomas Jefferson controlling the ball here in the fourth quarter. No scoring by either team in the second half. With the running clock, a lot of second teamers in for both squads on offense. Play clock inside 7 seconds. Cavelli will hand it to the fullback right up the middle, and he will be corralled at about the 30-yard line. Pushing him back there was number 57 for the Mustangs, and that's Robbie Junk in there for the Mustangs, as well as number 61, James Price.
57, Robbie Junk.
Ball carried by Trevor Barrett, number 32.
3rd down and 2. We're down to 1 minute to go here in the game. And Thomas Jefferson just trying to run things out here on the ground.
Probably have to run 2 more plays.
Covelli, will they give him an opportunity to put it in the air? No, they give it to Van Bibber, and he's going to be hit at the line. And I don't think he got the first down. Stopped there by the Mustangs, number 79. John Sabatula, and that's going to be 4th down and 1. So just give him 1 on that. We're inside 30 seconds, and we may not have to run another play, and I believe that's going to be it. Thomas Jefferson's going to let the clock run out. Play clock higher than the game clock. We're down to 15 seconds, and the clock will run out. No scoring in the second half. Thomas Jefferson in control all the way, and they'll take away another victory in conference at 42-0. The Mustangs fall after a 2-game winning streak, and we'll be back to wrap things up here on the South Union Township Sports Network.
Again at tomorrow's junior varsity action at Thomas Jefferson at 10 in the morning. Laurel Highlands and TJ.
If you're injured in an accident, after you address the medical problems, you're going to be faced with numerous questions concerning who's going to pay your medical bills, your property damage, the wages that you might be losing if you can't go to work. These are things that you need counsel for.
That your income is protected, that your bills are paid, that your family's taken care of. We've been doing this since 1976. We've helped injured people. We can help you.
Davis & Davis, attorneys at law.
Welcome back to Mustang Field. Thomas Jefferson all over the Mustangs here tonight, 42-0, all the scoring in the first half. We welcome the listeners from WMBS and all of our fans on South Union Township Television for this recap of tonight's Jaguar victory over the Mustangs. And Rick, it was pretty much no contest from the get-go. The Mustangs did take the first possession and move it into Thomas Jefferson territory, but turned it over on downs. And from that point, Thomas Jefferson scored on all of their possessions except for the last possession in which they basically let the clock run out in the first half. All of the scoring in the first half, 6 touchdowns by Thomas Jefferson. At 9:42, it was the quarterback stump to Fairman for a 20-yard touchdown pass, making it 7-0 on Mashenko's kick. Mashenko 6 for 6 on his extra points, so he was perfect on the night also. The second touchdown was at the 3:32 mark as Vigna went in from 10 yards out after a 60-yard drive by Thomas Jefferson, making it 14-0. With 1:30 to go in the first, Vigna once again for 40 yards, this time for the touchdown, making it 21-0. And 3 more touchdowns in the second quarter. Vigna from 6 yards, Stump to Fairman 13 yards, and Vigna from 50 yards out, making it a 42-0 halftime lead. Some second-teamers seeing action in the second half. Went back and forth. No one was able to put any points on the board with the alternative timing in effect, a quick second half, and it ended with the 42-0 Jaguar victory. Jaguars come back after the loss to Bell Vernon last week and put up an impressive victory over the Mustangs. Mustangs, after 2 victories, one over West Mifflin and one over Uniontown, fall to Thomas Jefferson. 1 game to go next week against Albert Gallatin, Rick, and it'll be interesting to see what happens there because Albert Gallatin has certainly improved throughout the year, and they will be an interesting opposition for the Mustangs. But the statistics have to be really lopsided, not much in the second half, but as we said at halftime, it was all Thomas Jefferson.
You're right, Gary. The stats are very lopsided, but they don't even come close to telling the story. The Jaguars, 132 yards in the air, 363 yards on the ground with 2 100-yard gainers. Justin Vigna almost had 200 yards, so they had 495 total yards. A few yards here and there. Van Bibner in the second half picked up 28 yards. For the Mustangs, Connor Basinger had a total of 59 yards passing. He had negative 14 yards rushing. We're not accustomed to that number, Gary, from Connor. Slater had negative 4 yards. Chad Petrich was the big gainer with 55 yards. And Jacob McClusack had 29 yards on the ground. 59 yards in the air, 51 yards on the ground for 110 yards total offense for the Mustangs. it was rough going there from beginning to end for the Mustangs.
And Thomas Jefferson certainly showed why they are the team that they are to reckon with, and they will be back in the WPIAL playoffs and probably looking for a rematch against Belle Vernon somewhere down the road in the WPIAL playoffs. So that'll do it for us on WMBS. We'll sign off with WMBS with our final score. Laurel Highlands losing to Thomas Jefferson 42-0. And we'll be back next week with the Davison Davis bonus coverage as Albert Gallatin will be traveling up here to Mustang Field to face Laurel Highlands. Tonight's game was brought to you as a joint cooperative venture featuring Township Supervisors Bob Schiffbauer, Rick Vernon, and Jason Scott, Atlantic Broadband Cable, Armstrong Cable, and everyone at CUTV, Gary Smith and his staff. This has been Gary Frankhauser, Rick Frank alongside Jerry Dupay on the camera for the South Union Township Sports Network. Good night, everyone. Our final once again, Thomas Jefferson 42, Laurel Highlands 0.